Okay, we're going to do a highlight video of Tour of America's Dairyland in Shorewood. This is the Cat 4. Course is pretty straightforward. There's a bit of headwind here, but there's 4 corners and a chicane. So this first corner was a bit sketch because it kind of pushed back inwards. So if you went wide, people would continue to push left to make up for that sort of inward push of the road. And then this corner here, also, people were pushing it wide, and then you kind of get pushed to the outside a little bit too much if you weren't careful. So here's the chicane, and then after the chicane, there's a downhill into the final corner, which was super wide open. So fairly straightforward, of a course. Now, I was a little further back because within 5 seconds of the race starting, there was a big crash, and so we did a neutral lap and then restarted, and I was already way far back. So this section here, everyone was gassing it out of the corner, and so like, everyone would eventually ease up on this long stretch on the backside, and I would just continue to pedal. And you can see here, by just continuing to pedal, even kind of lightly, you can see I'm not putting down tons of power. I move right back up into position I want to be. So you're right at the front of the race. Again, you just got to move around, guys. And so there's a lot of stuff that I learned previously in the last couple of days of Toad that I applied here. And then also on the finish line here, it does end up getting a little swarm. People tend to ease up right there, and when they ease up, that means there's a shitload of people into this corner, and you can't go this many wide. It just got really sketch into this corner. So it's really important later. Again, if you get on that stretch where you're coming into the chicane and you can continue to lay down power, you can see here you move up. Of course, I'm a little bit too far back, and that means I have to close this down, but kind of get right back up into it. So if you're on the other side of the swarm, then yeah, I mean, swarm around, guys, like I'm here and I'm doing here and moving up positions. It's really important that if it is going to sort of ease up and it's going to balloon out, you got to continue to move up. So here we are with our lap 6 of 10. And again, if you just keep pedaling, even relatively easy, I'm not even pedaling here. I just keep moving up spots on this backstretch. And here you can see, again, another example of you just happen to soft pedal a little bit longer than everyone else, and all of a sudden you make up a couple positions. And that can be really key in races like this where corners become important after that. So here you go again, a little bit of a swarm going on into a corner. And I think people got really sketched out here, and eventually gets a little bit twitchy. Someone on my left gets a bit twitchy, takes out Owen's arm here. Very good bump there, but unfortunately the guys behind him cross wheels. So lap 9 of 10, I am closest. I'm decently towards the front. Again, I'm doing a little bit more pedaling on that long stretch and keeping my position up there. But this race right there, look at this. Jesse, he goes off. That's the winning move. I have no idea how. He just starts pedaling, and you can see here he's just dangling out there, and he's sitting there, but somehow that won. So here we go, last lap again, coming into the third to last corner. People want to be first in this corner, so we're just going to play out this last lap. And here you go, we're hitting this corner again. The outside is a little bit sketch. Almost people crash there, and then they're gassing it. And I look at this. I'm still a little too far back. You can see here there's about maybe 10 guys ahead of us. So there's also splits opening, gaps opening up. So it's not now or never, right? So you got to really recognize. I should have been further up earlier, but here you go. I'm taking that time now and moving up now, and I'm not really blasting any big power, but I'm just getting up to where I need to be into this corner in this chicane. So here you see, I'm again, this is way too far back, right? There's about 5 guys ahead of us, or 2, 4, 6, 8 maybe. And I don't want to be here, right? So again, I recognize that there's a long stretch on this back end, and you basically sprint or you lose, right? So first into this last corner is really important. So I just happen to find myself in a pretty good spot. Owen's on my right-hand side pushing it. I'm pushing it pretty decently hard here, and we're going downhill, and my teammate's on my wheel. But if you look left, there's the guy just beats me to just beats me to this final corner, and what that means is now I'm sort of sitting behind his wheel, which isn't terrible because there's still a headwind here, but unfortunately he just opens it up, and I opened up too late, and end up with third place here. So thanks for watching. Subscribe. There's 2 more races, and we're getting close to the final overall. So hold tight here. It gets better even at the last 2 races here for the rest of Toad. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.